And Chris, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in tonight. We just did a spur of the moment type deal. I just called you up and said, "Hey, let's go vertical. Let's do it
Right.
together to see how it is." Because I see everybody's doing verticals a lot, and I wanted to just mess around. And I did something a little different on the thumbnail. You can see where John asked serving goldfish, and today is the Lenten Friday, so people are going out to churches and stuff. And like I say, I don't like to talk about politics in church too much, but it is Friday Fish Day, and so I figured I'd just name it Friday Fish.
Right.
So what are you up to? Did you eat? Did you go to? Did you get your ashes on Wednesday, Chris?
No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
No, I didn't know if you do that or not. We do.
No, I guess that's Catholic stuff.
Yes, that is.
I
That
am
is.
not. I am not Catholic. Okay, I just pulled up. I just pulled it up on YouTube somehow. I
Okay.
got the notification that you went live,
Okay. So when
and
that,
I was.
listen,
I was.
do me a favor though. When you do that, turn it down, turn the volume because you're echoing when that volume's going.
I don't have the volume on. It's on the earphones.
Oh, you're
But
good
I'm
now.
going.
You're good.
Okay.
I
I
think.
threw the ear. I threw the earphones on the ground, but I can turn there. I can turn the volume off completely. There we go.
Yep. No, that's perfect. You can follow
Okay.
along with it and do your chat. Hey, mom, thanks for coming in. We got
Yeah, I
70
could
people
chat
in
if
here
I
right
had.
now. Yeah, I'm gonna get it on the. I don't do this much with the guests, this verticals, and I wanted to do it. I know a lot of people do not like it, especially my followers. They don't like. I asked them. Some people do like it, some people don't. But I haven't done a vertical in a while, so I wanted to do that, and just
I've never done one.
basically bull crap with my buddy Chris here and talk about what's going on and what we're doing and what the heck's going on here because I can't see nothing. Oh, I do. Okay, so the vertical on the iPad. I got the live chat, but I'm not on there. It says waiting for off the hook. So let's
Oh,
X out of there. Let's X out of there. Hold on. Let me just see if I go back into it.
good evening, Kevin Hawthorne.
Let's see YouTube.
Hello,
Boom.
Miss Bernie.
Yeah, keep it
John
going.
from
Kevin, what's up, Kevin?
Smallwell.
Okay, let's go to off the hook.
Where's the
Boom.
hot chocolate? Oh, dude, I'm all set up.
You
Right
got us
there.
nice.
Got the Swiss Miss pack. This was
Uh,
actually viewer submission here. This was fan mail. My
nice.
man David from Tennessee sent me Swiss Miss and a new Contigo. I don't know what you call those thermos cups, whatever.
Yeah, well, that was nice.
Yeah, dude, he sent me that because Dave's always razzing me about drinking hot chocolate because I don't like coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
What was your John's putting on there? What's up, John? Dad, what was the temperature your way? I think it was 66. I saw on my truck today. We got 43 people in here. So thank you guys for coming in. Please hit that like button if you haven't. Chris and I are just talking about fishing and hunting. I have some baits here. I think Chris got some baits, and we're going to talk about the Harrisburg sportsman show that you attended last week. We're going to talk a little
yeah,
bit about that, seeing just seeing what's going on. There is a Ohio and Columbus coming up,
right,
March 22nd, 21st, and 22nd, I believe. I did
yeah.
ask Sean and Dawn if they were going there, but they're not.
There's a local show here in
Hey,
Clearfield.
Ryan Bush, thank you for coming in, man.
I'll be
Appreciate
hitting
you.
the local show here
Yeah,
that weekend.
making sure fishing. What's up? Thank you for coming in. We got 44 in here. Please, if you guys are in here, please hit that like button. That helps us out a lot. But I just want to do something different with the thumbnail since today is like Fish Fridays. People go to their churches and their local get the gatherings here and they get their fish sandwiches. So I just put that up there, and it's just basically Chris and I talking about some things. Um, so let's start out, Chris. You have anything new and exciting going on with you, Reese, coming up here?
Well, right now the ice is breaking all around us on the rivers and it's flooding everywhere. If you're watching anywhere, the news tonight, they're talking
Yeah.
about all this flooding and ice breaking and all this crap. So we got some of that going on up here. Finally got rid of 2 feet of snow. We got an all day rain yesterday and some this morning. Got rid of 2 feet of snow so I can see bare dirt and the deer are
Mhm.
moving around tonight. Yesterday I went out and pulled a couple of cards. Got some bucks that were still holding antlers up
Nice
until about
box.
a
Nice
week
box.
and a half ago. Yeah, that one was pretty decent. Had real long G2s, which I don't get that often in my area.
Mm-hmm.
My area usually is real short tined, but had some decent bucks. Had does fighting over my vine. It was
Very
funny.
cool.
Lots of deer on camera still. I was very, very, very pleased. I put in a mineral site down below the house. I put trace mineral out, selenium, and a sulfur block. Trying
Uh-huh.
that this year, trying to get some extra
Uh-huh.
micros into these deer.
Nice.
Stuff that they don't usually get unless
Yep.
they're eating. You know.
Uh-huh.
So, but
Mystic.
that's what
What's
I
up,
did.
Mystic?
But yeah, I did the Harrisburg show last 2 weeks ago there, and spent 5 hours in the domain booth selling seed. That was a good time.
Yeah,
Every
I figured you'd
every
like
year I
that.
get in. Yeah, every year I get in the booth for a little while and help them sell some seed, and it's a good time though. You get to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, either help them
Hey, Chris.
figure out what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you kind of almost have to talk them into it because a lot of them are so uh, not versed in food plotting. A lot of
Yeah.
them are like first time plotters or something. So they ask a lot of questions, you answer it, and then all of a sudden they make a purchase. It's like bam. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, wow, who wants to carry around all that seed throughout the show? But they did.
They give them
People,
bags away still at the show. You take get a bag and carry with you.
yeah, yeah. Those backpack things like the kids wear with the ropes.
Yeah.
Basically that's what it is. Like a 2 foot by 2 foot square bag,
Yep.
domain bag, and we dropped. You could, like, if you really was a go getter, you could get 4 tubs of seed in it. Like
Mm-hmm.
12, 15 pounds or so in that bag.
Yep.
But man, you're humping. You put 15 pounds on your back and go through the show,
Yeah, for sure. For
bumping into
sure.
everybody.
Yep.
It's fun. Yeah.
Very cool. Cool. So, did you
Who,
see
who,
any? See it besides the domain booth where you work. Did you have any? Was there any vendors up there of interest to you that you stopped in, or any new products that you saw out on the market?
you know, there was a lot of big name marketers that pulled out of the show.
Okay.
Um, that I was
That's
very,
interesting.
yeah, it was real interesting. And what happens is these little guys pop up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and not saying they're not important or they don't deserve a chance, but you know, let's just say, like, I went into the call, the one whole hall there that has all the coyotes and turkey calls and all kind of calls. The whole, you walk in there, and all you hear is ducks quacking and turkeys
Yeah.
gobbling.
Yeah.
But some of the bigger name brand people though pulled out, and all these little companies are in there, taking a whack at it.
Which
But
is a good thing. It's kind of
it
a good
is a
thing.
good thing. It is a good thing. It diversifies the market. But what happens is, they get into these shows and they get in over their head. Like I'm sorry, I'm dropping stuff over here.
It's all
They
right.
get into these shows, and it's so expensive. A booth diner,
Oh yeah.
for, for the 9 day show, you can get up to like 5-6 grand into a
Yeah.
booth.
Yeah.
So for some little guy to come in there and get a booth,
Taking a
you
chance
know,
for sure.
they're taking a big chance. The return on investment there is probably not going to be that good. But to get their face out there and get their name out there and stuff, it's great for advertising.
Yeah.
You know, that one company that I used to sit in the booth for, the dude would blow 10 grand that week. He'd have us. He'd get a double booth. He'd have Dave and I come down and stay in a hotel. He'd pay for our dinners. Good thing we don't drink because they
Yeah.
went to the bar every night. We'd go sit with them and drink pop, but
Yeah.
like they sat there and drank all night, and I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this dude, like, he
Spending
would blow
some money.
10 grand in a week.
Yeah. And then you got to
And
try to
and
recoup that money back from the show.
he knew he wasn't going to. He
Mm-hmm.
knew he wasn't going to. He just did it on purpose to get the advertisement.
Yeah.
And he even had show special.
Mm-hmm.
He would offer show special, sell the jugs of the foiler spray for $20 less than they were online, and
Mm-hmm.
then even a week after the show, he would still offer the stuff at show special. So
Yeah.
even if you missed and came, uh, if you didn't want to carry the stuff around the show, he would send it to you
Yeah.
and still give it to you at show special price.
Very
But
cool.
there was not, to answer your question, there was not a whole lot of new uh, crazy stuff there. Um, I say it every year. I'm not going back, but I always go because I get cabin fever about that time of year, and there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So I end up going. Not only that, but there's no way to make good comment or content in February
Yeah.
here
So
here in
you,
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
So it was a way for me to go down there and make a little content too.
Yeah.
I mainly went around and visited some of the booths of folks that I've either partnered with in the past or am currently partnered with or whatever, and I just made them some short videos and
Yeah.
advertised some of their stuff. Now the one video I made was for a company called Bow Spider, and what it is it's like a plastic. It's almost like a buckle.
Yeah. To hold your bow on. I saw that.
Yeah, and it's got a cutout in it, and then you attach something to your bow,
Uh huh.
and you can it slides down in wedges, and you could put it on the straps of your backpack,
Yeah.
and you can have the bow hanging off your back, and then you can just reach and pull it forward and up and over your head.
Yeah.
It's like a quick release type of thing, or you could just put it on your belt,
Yeah.
carry around.
Yeah.
But my one buddy was working that booth, so I did a video for that. And then last year at the Clearfield show, I met Tim Andrus, and Tim Andrus was from the Rush Outdoor Television out of New York, and he's a pro staffer for CVA muzzleloading, and got to be friends with him last year at that show. And then I told him I was going to come see him here at Harrisburg. So when I got in the Harrisburg booth, he's like, "Oh, you want to make some video?" I said, "Yeah, I want to take some video." And so I made it wasn't a long video, it was like 6.5 minutes or something like that. And YouTube struck it down.
Yeah.
They they sent me an email, said I violated community standards for selling
Gun
guns. Now that video is uploaded to
platform. Platform.
another platform called Backroads Outdoor Television, and it's an app you can get on and get the free app and go over there, or you can type it in on Roku, look for it, Backroads uh, Outdoor Television, and it's on there. They can't take that away. But YouTube took it off of my page, said I violated. You can go over and look at that video, and there was not one word said about sales or implied sales or come buy this gun or these are going quick, come get one, or nothing like that was said. All it was an introduction of this year's 2026 line of guns,
Yeah.
and they introduced each gun,
Mm-hmm.
which is which was funny because they struck that down, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I made what they didn't know is I made shorts out of that video,
Yeah.
and those went out
Yeah.
and got lots of views.
I'm sure they
You
knew,
know,
but they probably seen the views on it, so they kept it.
maybe I
you
don't
know.
know. It's pretty weird, but it's weird how they'll strike something down, and
Let's see.
and then it even said that I could um
Vegan.
what's it called when you
Vegan Christianity. What's up, vegan? What?
my mind just went blank. What's it called when you want to challenge them?
When you dispute it?
Yeah. Anyhow, they gave me a chance to appeal. They gave me a
Appeal.
chance to appeal their decision, and and you don't actually get to type out an appeal
No.
really.
You
To
just
say,
press the button
oh,
and it lets you appeal it.
yeah, it says just press the button here and they'll review it with humans. And then they sent me another email after that said, "Yep, we reviewed it. Yeah, we reject it." I was like,
Thanks,
That's
vegan. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool.
figured
Yeah, they
that
do
out.
that. Facebook. I had the same sort of situation with Facebook a while ago. It was Theo and I were shark fishing in Ocean City, and Facebook took it down saying it was for terroristic threats and dangerous people. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, and you can appeal that, but they don't give you any they don't give you any spot to write down. I was like, I need a box that I can type
yeah,
in like what
that's
but
what
they
I was
you
looking
just
for.
appeal it and that's it. And it said it went across against the guidelines. And I'm like, my
Right,
son and I fish, and we didn't even have a danger. We had a couple sharks break off, but we never had a shark on video or nothing. But they were I don't understand what the terroristic things was or the bad people or whatever. So I did I appealed it and I didn't hear nothing back. They said it could take a couple weeks for it, but every once in a while I get a note like a message. Boom. Another thing that I don't like too with that stuff is if you're using music, like I used music 6 months ago in a video, and now all of a sudden I get a thing saying it can no longer be monetized for copyright. I'm like, isn't that why you do copyright checks when a video is published so that doesn't happen? But then six
right,
months later, it seems like Facebook can do that. YouTube don't do that at all. I don't think I have never had an issue with that. But Facebook, I've had issues with like past videos saying you can't monetize it, and I'm like, well, you let me monetize it for 6 months, and then I have to peel it and say I have epidemic sign to give them my code and give them my account number, and then it's every time. Like you'd think that they'd know that I have the epidemic sound, and they don't. But that's kind of
right.
frustrating. But it is what it is. I guess
Yeah,
it's in a way good for us and bad for us at the same sense. So
you know,
you know,
I don't know. They think they're going to save the world by blocking a gun sale or something, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's
yeah.
kind of
Well,
dumb.
it is what
Kind of
it
dumb
is.
when they don't. The crooks are always going to have guns, and they're going to be illegal, and
Yep,
you know, you're just blocking law-abiding citizens with stupid stuff like that.
yep.
But
So
anywho,
has it windy up your place today?
oh boy, yes,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
windy right now. I could hear stuff falling. My
yeah,
garbage cans are falling down in the back. We have real high winds today.
yep.
This
I hope it
weekend,
dries out the mud.
tomorrow's supposed to rain, and then Sunday's supposed to snow in the evening. So I might be salting and plowing on Monday morning. It's supposed to get
Yeah,
a little cold again, around 26 degrees, and it's supposed to get some snow, 1 to 2 inches.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see,
Vegan
vegan.
said I did a video on my YouTube Shorts for deer hunters.
Oh, cool,
Mhm.
cool.
So
So yeah, I mean, I'm just right now. I'm looking forward to fishing,
yeah,
and I picked this up at Harrisburg.
yeah, that's your new little your little rat, your little
Little
mouse.
mouse or rat or whatever you want to call that.
Got a little spoon on the back of that for some
It
flash, I
does. It
see.
does.
Right
Got a
on
little
its butt.
flash on it.
Yep.
Got a little flash on its butt there.
You have to
So
bring that up to the lake. We'll see how you do. You're gonna have to
yeah,
have a rod
exactly.
with some braid on it.
That's why I bought that. I thought I was looking for more. This was one of them deals. It was right across from the trout pond down there in Harrisburg, and
Yeah.
that one booth, it is humongous, and
That
they got
trout that
tubs.
trout pond, Chris, is some of the best fishing out there, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking about getting some wacky rigs on there and getting flicking it over there, but
Them trout will go nuts. But I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. Say what you're
no,
gonna
but
say.
yeah, I got that specifically. I was looking in them tubs for different colored ones, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Does it
Uh,
give a weight on it? Does it give a weight? Like how many ounces? Is it like a
it
three
feels
quarter,
pretty
half?
light. It feels pretty light.
Is it at least a half ounce? If not, we can always add some split shots in through the butt of it and make it a little heavier if you can't cast it real well. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
It should say it on the back or somewhere.
Yeah, there's a QR code there. I probably should have looked that up, but I
But
didn't.
we can fix it. We can make it
We'll
work.
we'll figure it out.
One of the most important things is, uh, getting your setup, getting some braid, 50-pound braid
Yeah,
on a rod. So you may be. I mean, I give you one of mine or whatever because you don't use a
I was
bait
gonna say
caster.
I'll probably borrow yours
Yeah, but
for that.
we're gonna have
For
to get
low
you a
level.
setup. We're gonna have to get you a 6 cent setup or something, or St. Croix's gonna, you ain't gonna, you don't want it to St. Croix. I know you wouldn't. They're expensive, you know what I mean. And I don't want to set
Well,
you up with some. We can always
yeah, I
go.
wouldn't use it that much,
No, we can always go to
I don't have
Walmart.
anywhere. I don't have anywhere to lily pad fish around here.
No,
You
we
know.
could always go to Walmart and get a $30 rod with setup for that too, if we ever
Well,
wanted to do that.
guys are trying to tell me I need a bait caster, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the best setup for it, with like an 8:3 to 1 or an 8:1 gear ratio, a fast one. That way you can pick up that slack real easy to set the hook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab my stuff real quick too. You can, if you want to keep the chat going, give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'll be right
So,
back.
so who's in here monitoring? Anybody? Anybody can post some links. Maybe
Start
post.
that.
Maybe somebody could post my link or and Teddy's link. Put that out there for our channels. That would be cool. I can't really do that with the setup I got going here. Since we went vertical with our phones, it only lets us do it with our phone. So like my hands are tied here. I can't get on there and post any links. But that would be appreciated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hitting the water with Ted again this year. He was a good host. We got on his boat and caught lots of fish. Um, but we didn't land the big ones. Uh,
Couple
but
like medium ones, nothing. It was a bad weather when you come out. The second time was better than the first. The first time we had ice almost.
yeah, dang near the. It was. I had so many coats on. Can't believe I could even cast. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was pretty chilly.
yeah, it was cold. I find during the season I was, getting on them every week, a little better, and then I hit them the last 2 weeks of the season. My season. I'm not saying the season because you could fish up till ice, but I only fish till August. In August, September, some of the best times up there. And I don't fish September because my hunting content comes out around August. I start filtering it in a little bit before that, but August, I get the kids moved in up there, and we're done early in August, and then all my hunting content starts coming out. So
Yeah,
that's that. But
yeah.
should
There's
I
them
pet my
comments.
taxidermy coyote, or is it bad for the fur? Should you pet it? You can do whatever you want with it. You can
Yeah.
pet it if you'd like to.
If
You
it's
can.
dusty, wipe it down with a wet rag of Windex.
There you go.
Clean it up
Car,
and shine the hide.
I think Comrade Cat is just trying to be cute about petting his coyote, but he can pet
Yeah.
it if he wants to.
Yeah.
you
It's his
know
party. He can pet it if he wants to.
exactly. So let me since we're talking about the frog fishing and stuff like that, I'm going to
Yeah.
show you. I got two new rods, Chris. I'll let you rent one of these.
Ooh, I gotta rent it.
Yeah, you can rent it from me. $100 an
Mm,
hour. So this is the Vega 6 cents fishing rods. This is the Frog series. So I got two Frog series.
oh,
They're both the exact same rod. They are 7.3 rods, 7 foot 3 inch, and they are built the frog. It says on there, built the frog.
nice. How
Okay,
about rat? Built for what?
frog. Yep. Well, see, originally the let me see something real quick. I want to see if I can't make everybody. Chris is it. Where's my dad at on here? Ryan Bush is here. He's a big fan. My mom. Where's my dad?
I
Whoops.
didn't see him.
I seen him on here, but then I don't know where he went. But anyway. So anyway, Conrad, should I pet? It's a nice coyote. Yeah, I bet it's a nice coyote if you want to pet it. Um. So what was I getting at? The frog rods. I had one stolen last year off my boat on my dock. I was so pissed
Really?
off. Yeah. Well, you can see how
Yeah.
nice that they make. See that cork and everything. How they have the six in there. It's a
Right.
really nice rod. Like it's super. It's got some backbone. It's light. So
Your dad's back in.
is he in?
Yeah.
How's he at? Oh, there he. Okay, he is a moderator. Okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to see. I wanted to make sure my mom and dad were moderators. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So they're really a cool rod. They're pretty detailed. You can get some custom. So see how it has a six on the butt end.
Yeah.
Really nice rods, man. I loved my rod, and it got stolen. So I got
Uh,
two of those. Which I'll get. I got two of those, and then to match those, I got me an Abu Garcia. I'll open this reel up. This is the Max 40. And I'll show you this baby right here. That's a nice reel right there, but
Nice.
that's an I reel righty with my
I need
baitcaster.
one with backlash.
And they do have Cast can come out with something, but I'm an
I
Abu guy.
saw that.
I'm an Abu Shimano guy, and these Abus are unbelievable. This is the Max 40. The drag. Let me show you let's see, it's got 5 ball bearings. This is a 641. It's fast, but it ain't super fast. Okay. 24 pounds of drag. So I like anywhere 20 and above on a reel for bass for frog fishing. Now my one that got stolen was my Abu Garcia Beast X reel, and that had 35 pounds of drag on it. So you set that down low, and that fish is not turning on you if you can get it set right.
Huh.
That's a total of 50 rods and reels. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So that's the Max 40. Like I said,
Yeah,
it's
they had one stolen. So what?
yeah. The braid, you can put 50-pound braid on this. That's why I got it. But this is a really nice reel. So that's in the box, still ready to go. And I might do something on that, a little bit of like a little review or something on these reels. When I'm closer to fishing season. I'm not going to do it right now. As you noticed, I still have my hunting content coming out. I still have 3 more videos. You know how you were talking about you don't have a lot of content to make up in February. Like me being fishing and hunting, I do have a little more options than you. Like I can go make baits. I can do some stuff. I have a bunch of product reviews in there that we got to do still. I think you want to do it with me on some of them. But yeah, this is the 641 Max. Is the 40 Max 40. Really nice reel. But that's why I put those rutcation videos out now to try to give me some stuff for hunting in February when people were sitting back and not really too much is out there. I wanted to introduce some of my videos. So I kept the 5 videos from my rut instead of putting them right out when I was doing them. I saved them episodes, 5 episodes for now to get me through February or March. And then right around March is going to be frosty. And we're going to get into that, but then I want to show you this other one here. And
That's
now
one
I
thing
got
I don't know much about. Well, I don't know anything about the bait casters. I have
yeah,
no
now I
idea.
got the Revo. The Revo SX, this is 25 pounds of drag. And this is another nice one. Look at that one. That's another nice reel. And this is this is a little bit on the light side. It has 25 pounds of drag, but it's a smaller reel. So you can have that in your hand. You don't get fatigued all day. You know what I mean? And I'll have 2 rods set up exactly. Well, I don't want to say exactly the same. One's going to probably have 50 bond braid on it. This one might be a little lighter with like a 30-pound braid or something for the smaller frogs. And I might use the other one with the 50-pound. Usually I use 50 to 65-pound braid when I'm fishing my heavy stuff. But this might be a 30, 40-pound braid on this one. It's a little lighter to throw the smaller, they have a regular size frog, and then we have the junior frogs from Spro. But I've been really getting into the 6 Sense frogs. They're really nice frogs. The Vega frog series, they're really nice, and they're meant to be thrown on the Vega rod, the Vega frogs. So you know how I am. I got to have everything the same. So it's like Vega frogs for the Vega rod, right? Who's going to go wrong with that, right? But yeah, really nice reels. Uh, hey, what's up, Munchie? Thanks for coming in. So yeah, so I got the 50-pound to 65-pound braid reel, and then I
I
got
didn't realize you went that heavy with the braid.
I used to go 80-pound, but I just like throwing bull rope. I used to do that, but I found that 50-pound is okay. It's just as good. 50 or 65 the max. That's all I use up there. I'm not holding in double digits. If it was in Florida, it would be 65 to 80 probably to get them big ones in, them double digit. We're not, I'm never probably going to hit a double digit fish up here in PA where I fish at. I mean, it's a possibility, but very rare. You're looking at 5, 6 pounds, maybe a 7-pounder. We caught some good fish the other day. Yeah, I know you did, John. That's all. A1 Fishing. What's up, A1? Guys, if you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button for
He
us.
says we. He means his wife caught them. The
Lindy, I
champ,
did. Lindy, I
the
did.
champ caught the good ones. He was
Yeah.
just taking them off the hook for her.
Yeah. I like the way
We
you put.
know,
I like the way you put that off the hook in there, Chris. You
You
sort of
see
gave
how
me
I did that?
a little promotional there. But
You
yeah,
see how I did
so
that?
I'm anxious to use these and not get stolen. But yeah, I was kind of pissed off. Hey, Boxy, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
Thank you for coming.
Boxy.
We're doing good, bud. I just was showing my rods, and that was in a good way. The two rods, I got the 6 cents rods, the frog rods, so they're gonna be put to action. And Boxy Chris is one of those guys. He never comes up my way, and I invited him, but he never wants
I
to
was
do
just
it.
gonna say
I,
he should pack up the boat and come on over and fish with us.
that's what I said. We can do a little YouTube little tournament, and I'll only fish with my left hand then if I fish with you guys. That way, I give you the. I don't want to be home field advantage. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I'll use my left. She just needs him to drive the
Yeah,
boat.
John, I didn't see that one. Sorry, bud.
What? Oh,
He
that
said
one.
he said he waxed her butt on Wednesday.
Yeah, I like it, but that's cool. So let's see what else are we doing here. We're gonna while we're on the fishing subject, we're gonna do some fishing talk right now, and then we'll move into some hunting stuff still because we got some stuff coming out here. Oh, I wanted to tell everybody real quick. Frank, hello SWC. What's up, Frank? Thank you for coming in. Please hit that like button. We got 16 people in here. We got 9 likes. I want to get these likes up to 50, at least 50 likes today, please. What was I going at, Chris? What did I say?
He was talking fishing. I don't know. I don't know where you was at.
I don't know where I was at either. What was I talking about?
I missed it.
Fishing. Oh
I
yeah,
missed
the
it.
the frost seeding's coming up.
Hold on. I could
Rewind it and hear what I said.
yeah,
See,
I'm
that's
rewinding and seeing where
yeah. See, that's nice when you get old.
right.
See what I said there, Chris. Hey, Frank. Fishing them food plots. Oh, fishing the food plots. Oh, the food. Nah, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, you were talking about your rods. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. I got so much stuff in my head right now.
You said you were gonna tell everybody something.
I don't know about.
You didn't say it.
See,
You didn't say it.
see, I
You was gonna
forgot.
say something, then you said you cut out and said hi to A1 Frank there.
A1. See that A1? You messed me all up. No. Well,
Messed them
anyway,
all up.
we're gonna be talking about food plots in a little bit. We're doing fishing right now, the fishing content. But uh, I have another bait that I want to try out this year. I never used this bait before. And it's the uni from Yamamoto baits. You guys know I'm a big Yamamoto Senko fan. All their lures, I've been using them for years. I try to mimic their baits when I pour baits and things like that. Never can do it. But the uni is just a ball with appendages on it. Okay, it looks like a giant spore or something with some appendages, and we're gonna fish that. Now you see how this comes. It's in like a really nice package. It's like a ball with arms on it. That's it. And I'm going to fish this wacky style. Now, this is supposedly a floater. So if you see the way it's sitting in that package, guys, there's an actual rod through it, and this is sitting in the rod. So it doesn't mess the appendages up. That's how Gary Yamamoto's they ship these. These things are like 13 or 14 bucks a piece.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm hoping I don't lose this thing right off the bat. But there's a hole through the middle of it. And people were putting nail weights through that, cutting them off to make it 16, 30, whatever you want to do to make it however fast you want it to fall. And they're putting the hook through that hole. And I have some wide gap hooks that I got. And the wide gaps that I use are Gamakatsu or I use owner hooks. Hey, Crossover, thanks for coming in. Please hit that like button. I'm trying to get 50 likes tonight. So we're gonna try, and I got my favorite color, the black and blue flake, We're going to try that, but they have many colors out there. But I have to take a loan out to buy them all because that's how expensive they are, like $13. So we're going to check out the uni this year, guys. We're going to do a review on the uni. I'm going to do a video on that as well. So that's coming out. I wanted to just put that out there. And then for fishing, the next thing,
Yeah, Boxy, we don't eat them anyhow.
yeah, to catch a fish you don't eat. Yep,
All this
for
money we're
sure.
doing.
Hello from Pierce. Was that say Pierce, Florida? Fort Pierce, Florida. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for coming
Yeah.
in. Appreciate you. Reminds me of a sea. Yeah, and that's sort of what it reminds you of, a sea urchin
Yeah.
for sure. But the next kind of fishing I'm going to be doing is going to be trout fishing. Chris, I know you do a little bit of trout fishing up there on the rivers and things like
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna I everybody uses power bait. They all like the power bait, okay? My
Mhm.
thing is I use power bait for years and years and years. And this is like a power bait, but it is the Berkeley Gulp, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, guys, I got the chunky chartreuse, the chunky cheese, and the orange pulp. And those are the three colors that you only need for trout fishing. I don't care what anybody says. Whites, blue with sparkles, pink with sparkles. Pink is okay because it sort of represents a salmon egg when you put a ball on it. That's another decent color. That white could be used too, but the green, orange, and the chunky cheese, the formula with this gulp is unbelievable. And I just wanted to put this out there because I just got these in. I'm preparing for my March, April fishing trip up Seven Springs this year. So I always order some because the kids use the crap out of this and we catch a ton of fish up there with these. So I just wanted to say, if you were going trout fishing and you use dough bait, give the Berkeley Gulp a try and try the chunky cheese. If you had to pick between all of these, I would pick the tan colored chunky cheese, and that would be all I would take. If you had to pick one color, it would be that color right there. It almost looks like an American cheese color, like a light faded tannish color, sand maybe color. It has glitter in it, but this chunky cheese is unbelievable. This one right here. If you want to up the game a little bit, get yourself an orange and a green one, and that is all the colors you need.
What
Or you
happened
could
to
do,
rolling your own Velveeta cheese balls with cotton ball in the middle?
I can do that too, and then put a
We
little
used,
bit of
that's what we used to use as kids. My
yeah.
dad,
Well,
my dad was he was. That's what we did the night
I know.
before trout season. We was always rolling Velveeta balls with cotton
Well,
in the middle of them.
what we did was we didn't use the cotton balls, but my uncle Gary would melt Velveeta cheese down. That he got a recipe from an old guy out in North Park. Okay, it was North Park Lake, and we would
That's
go
what
to
we fished
Kulik
at.
Grove. I'm putting this out there. I shouldn't be telling everybody my secrets, but we used to go to Kulik Grove when I was young. I mean, I was skinny as my finger, man, small, and I would go sleep over my grandfather's. That was a great time of my life when I was young like that. And my uncle would call my mom and dad and say, "Hey, I'm going fishing this weekend. Can little Teddy go?" You know what I mean? And I'd come home from school on Friday, and my mom would tell me, "Hey, you're sleeping over your grandfather's house. Your uncle wants to take you fishing tomorrow." And man, I'd get so excited. I mean, my dad was always working. He fished when he could, but he was working, keeping us going and everything. So he went out with us every once in a while, but not much. But that's what a dad does. He just made sacrifices and did his work and kept us going so I could do those things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would go down to my uncle's that night. My uncle would be out with his friends Friday night, and me and my grandfather would be down there, and I'd go to bed, and my uncle would roll in after him hanging out and partying with his buddies, and he'd get up in the morning and we'd get in the old mint green station wagon, and we would drive up to North Park, and he would make Velveeta cheese that he got, and it was Velveeta cheese melted down with garlic powder, cracked red pepper, and some other goodies in there. And he would pour it into Tupperware, and then he would cut little blocks, like little squares out of it, and we would put that on our hooks, and we would catch trout on that Velveeta cheese recipe for sure. It was
Yeah.
awesome. We never put the
Yeah.
cotton in it, but we could have put the cotton in to keep it on the hook a little
Yeah.
longer.
That's
Uh,
what
we
it did
used we
for
used a
us.
lot of cheese,
Yep.
you know.
I can't believe you used cracked red pepper in it though.
Oh yeah, cracked red pepper, garlic powder. There's some other goodies in there as well that he put in, and I can't really remember everything. Plus, I wouldn't tell you guys the recipe anyway because it's a secret.
Yeah.
And that's only the
See,
goodies. That's only some of the goodies that were in it. I'll tell Chris after though. My dad knows. I think my dad and mom know. But other than that, that was some good times. I remember that. I love that. Used to love it. And my uncle would always say, "Get the net bones," because I was so skinny. And we would, I'd be all excited and catching fish, and I wouldn't leave my rod. I would sit there for hours staring at my two bobbers on my rods for these fish. And then we
right?
got a little more advanced and we start using wooden egg bobbers with a
Yep.
minnow 2 foot down. And there was a certain spot of the lake that my uncle saw when they dredged it that there was a hole out there about 40 yards. There's a deep hole. And all these trout would congregate in this hole. And when we would throw that minnow up on the lake, when that would float to that hole, man, we would catch them. Boom, boom. Thank you. I
Right.
appreciate that. But why 999.18? Thank you. That's my biggest bucket from Ohio. That is a 12 point. Uh, so
His car doesn't look the same anymore, though.
what's that?
I said your car don't look the same anymore after hitting that buck.
No, not at all. And then I had to hit that buck too, right there, and then that buck right there,
That's what happened to
and
the
that
mint
buck right
green
there,
station wagon with
and
the
then that buck right there.
wood
I
paneling.
had I had a lot of damage on cars.
Yeah.
A lot of car damage.
Dang it.
But yeah, yeah, it's like 145, 143, 145, something like that. But why? Real nice and high rack. It was a very, very nice buck. But thanks for noticing. The little lights are not blinking, Clark. Well, thanks for noticing. Uh, but yeah, so that's the trout bait, and I use a couple of this the Phoebe. Guys, I use the Phoebes, and we'll go over all that. I may have a little trout giveaway before that, but I did want to announce, Chris, and I think I'm going to ask you to help me on this. I'm not putting you on the spot now or nothing, but
Uh-uh.
I might ask you to help me. I may be doing a giveaway. I'm doing my thank you giveaway soon. I have a bunch of products in my corner of my room in there that I want to give out to everybody. You do have to be subscribed to my channel. It's going to be for subscribers only. And every year I do a thank you giveaway. It's going to have some clothing, hats, bunch of cell cameras, regular cameras. It's got my apparel in there. I think I got some headphones like you have for your lives. I got some of
Yeah.
that. I
Some of
got
those.
I got baits, I believe. I just got a bunch of stuff that I want to give away to say thank you for all your support and everything. So I'm
Right.
going to be doing that, and I've been saying this. Guys, you're probably like a broken record. I've been saying it and saying it, but I need to find time here real soon to do this thank you giveaway, and pick me, haha, yeah. But
For a
so
while.
you have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to. Uh, I just believe that I want to give it to my subscribers, the people who follow me, the people who are
Right.
watching my content, and everybody that's not subscribed. You understand that, like I don't know if it's not right, but some people will do giveaways to everybody, and that's fine. And I do that throughout the year. I'll do my baits and stuff like that. But my thank you video is basically for the followers and supporters of my channel, and that's everybody who's subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you guys. So it's going to be subscriber only. Come in. I'll be announcing it. You'll see it run in a couple weeks before we do the giveaway, so we can get it. Uh, Sub to the channel, watch some videos, make a comment, make yourself familiar with my stuff so I could see you commenting and things, and notice your name and things like that. And when I do that, I will be putting it on subscriber only and giving away. And we're going to do the old fashioned. We may do a spin wheel on the iPad, but mostly it's going to be pick a number in the chat. You only can win one time because I want to spread it out to everybody. I don't want like one person winning 3 or 4 different things. I do want, if you win, just be happy with the win, and then we're going to pass it on to the next subscriber, next follower, or whatever, to let them win something as well. So we're going to be doing that soon. Chris, I may have you, if you will do it one day. If you're available, come up on panel with me. I think Jason from JJ's Lifted Horizons is going to be up here as well, helping me read the chats and stuff like that, and help me with the giveaways. I am going to ask some of my partners and affiliates for some products as well to give away to you guys. So I got to get on that too. And that's basically the reason why I'm not doing it right away, because I do want to reach out to all my people and ask them if they can donate something to the giveaway. I know Fish Angler gave me a bunch of hats and clothing, so we're good with that end. I am going to ask. I think I got Fishoholic. I got sunglasses from Fishoholic that I'm going to give away. Some really nice sunglasses. If anybody hasn't heard of my partner and affiliate there at Fishoholic, they are some good glasses for the money. But I have a bunch of them to give away as well. So stick around for that. And once again, guys, I thank each and every one of you guys for supporting me. I'm about 20 away from 5,000, which is awesome. So once we hit that milestone, that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, so tell your friends, subscribe. Uh,
See if
you
we can
know,
get Indiana Chris to drop our links, yours and mine.
all right. Hey,
He's pretty
Chris,
good at that.
yeah, he is good with that. If you could drop the links, Chris, that would be awesome. If you could share some throughout the chat, but I don't know vertical wise if it will share or not, but you can try it and see. Like I said, this vertical, I don't do it much because this I asked the subscribers and my followers earlier and they like the horizontal. So I usually do, excuse me, horizontal lives a lot more because that's what they want. So you know, we'll keep it at we'll do the vertical
So
live once in a while.
speaking of trout, did you see that PA's talking about going to 9-inch limit now?
Nine
They're
inch,
going
9 inches.
9 inches long. Yep.
Oh yeah, I
Yep.
think they
Yep.
should go 12.
Well, they're going with 9 because there's too many people catching the wild brook trout that are
Get
just
her.
a hair over 7 inches, and they're taking them home.
Yeah,
You know,
the
and they're
natives.
they're wild natives.
Yeah.
And they're taking them, and they're trying to put a limit on that
Well,
now.
that was their fault from the beginning. They should have thought of that.
Yeah.
They should have, if they wanted to keep that resource, they should have never. You know what they should do? They should just take them off of the chart totally and
Yeah.
say catch and release only for those. That's what it should be.
Right.
It
Right.
shouldn't be take them
Munchie.
home.
Munchie. The channel name is City Sticker. Let's see if I can type it in there.
Let's see if I can. I don't know if I could type chat.
City Sticker and Chris. That's the name of the channel. That's my Instagram handle too.
City sticker Cree. I put Chris. You got to put an S on the end of that. When are we going to talk about city sticker? When are we going to talk about what? I'm sure he's waiting for food plots. I'm sure that's what he's talking about.
Big T wants to talk. He wants to talk food plots.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk food plots.
All right. Well, that fishing stuff that we're going to be doing here, that's just about done. You are going to be, he did share it right there, Chris. You're good. They're
Nice.
taking over.
Thank you, Chris.
Try that link. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about frost seeding for sure. So, Chris, we need to have a big snow. We want to throw all the seed on top of the snow. So when
Oh, come on.
so when the snow melts, it waters our seed and it puts it in the ground. What do you think about that?
I think you're wrong.
I think I'm wrong too, buddy. So go ahead. Why don't you
Mhm.
start it off with the frost seed? Why don't you give them the rundown on what you should do, what you should be looking for, what kind of seed is the best for frost seeding,
So,
and what are you gonna? How do you do it? The process. Go ahead. You can
well,
start that off.
first of all, I would ask the person, have you ever planted a plot before? And if they say yes, I'm going to ask them if they've ever done a soil sample before, because that is your ultimate baseline. You want to get your soil sample done first, see where your pH is at. I mean, you can frost seed clover in the spring, and it'll clover's pretty resilient. It'll come up in low pH, but it won't be optimal. So, you want to get some. You want to have a background coming off of last year's plots, and you want to frost seed into whatever that you had planted last year. If you don't, oh well, have bare ground ready, prepped, and ready to go. Rake all the leaves, twigs, everything off. Get the dirt exposed. And what you want, obviously, they call it frost seeding for a reason. You want the frost, you want it freezing at night and thawing during the day. And you want that ground to buckle and heave. And that will work the seed down into all those cracks and crevices. And what you're frost seeding is things like clover and chicory, that type of thing. that works best for the frost seeding. Um, so what happens is you're going to be frost seeding perennial clovers, stuff that will come up every year. You can put an annual, you can frost seed an annual too, but just know that an annual will grow quicker than the perennial, but the annual is only good for that 1 year.
What do
So
you?
if
What's
you,
a good annual? Are you talking about an annual clover, or are you talking about a different kind of
yeah,
plant?
annual clovers,
Yeah.
like your frosty berseem, and stuff like that. Crimson's a biannual. You can get 2 years out of crimson, but like your perennials, we're talking like your whites and medium reds and things like that, you know. Um, but the annuals, they will pop quicker. Just be aware that when you do perennials and you frost seed, you're going to probably be frost seeding at the end of March or so, and you're going to put that seed down. It's going to get through freeze and thaws. It'll get worked down into the dirt, and your perennials, they establish slow. So don't get frustrated when you don't see a whole lot happening at first. But what does happen is you get that in the end of March, and by August, September, you're starting to see some good clover popping, and the second year is going to be better. Believe me, it will be. But what that does is it sets you up for the next year. Like everything you do this year, you have to be looking forward to next year. You got to be pre-planning what you're doing. That's why I said you want to be frost seeding into what you had last year a lot of times, because you've already got prepped ground and it's usually already uh, enough soil to seed contact.
What's a
Um,
good number, Chris? What's a good pH number?
well, like I said earlier, you can get away with a 5.5, but ultimately you want to be around a 6.5. Um, Seven's optimal, but a lot of people don't have that high a pH. A lot of people come in around 6. A little bit higher than 6 is great, but between 6.5 and 6.8's really good. But 7 is what you're shooting for. But I don't know too many people that have 7.
Yeah, you're
You know?
7. You're like doing. You got to be on it. You got to be on it, and
Yeah,
you got to be. That's for
or
those
just
guys.
lucky.
That's for like the Lee Lakoskis and the Drurys and all that. They're all out there they have people working for them and constantly maintaining their land, and you're going to keep a 6.5, 7 easier with that than you would. The normal guy is in the woods so much taking care of it, but
Right,
soil
right.
soil testings are good. Now let me see. Indiana Chris says, does clover ever get blight or other disease? I have yet to
I've never
see.
seen it.
I have never seen anything like that on a clover.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I seen it gets knocked back real hard with a drought or
We
with
did last
chemicals.
year. Last
You
year.
know, yeah, it'll get knocked back and it'll dry up and look bad. Just like if you oversprayed it with glyphosate or something like that accidentally, you can knock it back and slow it down, and it'll look diseased. But it usually bounces back after first couple rains or hard dew.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, the pH thing, like I said, you can grow clover down low. I mean, clover will germinate and thrive in 5.0, 5.5,
Elizabeth.
something
Hey,
like that.
Elizabeth, thanks for coming in. It says, I'm rat. I have no idea what that means, but okay.
Maybe she's
Okay.
rad. Maybe
May-
she's rad.
Well, maybe she likes your rat that you had, your new lure, your rat. Show her
Maybe
your
she likes
rat.
my new.
Show her
Maybe
the
she likes
rat.
my
There's the
new
rat. Look at that
rat.
rat. It even has a spoon on its butt. Look at that rat.
Yep,
Okay.
shiny thing.
My
But
nickname.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
her nickname.
Elizabeth's
She's rad.
nickname is Rat. Okay. All right,
All right.
Elizabeth. Thank you for coming and hit
Hi,
that like
rat.
button if you don't know. She's like, ah. So yeah,
Hi,
there's a
rat.
rat for you right there, Elizabeth. Right
Yeah.
there's a rat.
So yeah, I like to talk to people about the frost seeding, because if you don't have a whole lot of experience at planting, that's something really simple to get started on. And
Even a caveman can do it.
yeah, I mean it's fairly fail safe, but do yourself a favor though. Once it does get established, if you've never taken that soil sample, go ahead and do that and get your all your plot amended, get your lime on and all that, you know.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
think I talked to my dad about because we're gonna be using that liquid, that Dical or whatever, that Pro
okay, yeah.
from Agritech, and we're still gonna throw. I'm still gonna put some pelletized lime in May in my dad's plot still, just to, because his is like a half acre. I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna put 4 bags up there and just
Hmm.
throw that in there along with when we do put the liquid lime. We're gonna do that
Yeah.
sooner than later. Put the pelletized lime in just to keep it going. But we are
Hmm.
going to take some soil samples like within. Now it's going to be really wet next week too because we're supposed to go down this week to do some like work detail at camp, but it's going to be so rainy and muddy and wet with all the trucks down there. It's just going to tear up the yard. And there's a few
Right.
people going down to do some inside work, but I plan on going down next week because I do want to dump some mineral out and put that Guard Pro camera. And we're going to come to this real quick when I since I'm talking about the Guard Pro camera, I want to touch on something before we continue into food plots real quick.
Dude,
So Chris,
yeah, handheld spreaders for.
remember we were talking about that? That's the strap they sent me.
Oh, that's the strap for the Guard Pro
Yeah.
camera,
Okay.
but there's nowhere to put it.
Well, that's why I'm going to pull this out here and I'm going to say, hey, where should I put this?
Yeah,
Because I got the Guard Pro camera, really nice looking camera. We did a review. Chris and I did a live review on it. And remember, I said there was nowhere to put it
right. Oh, there is
right here.
loops. There are loops.
So there are loops in it. I was like, there ain't no loops in there.
Okay.
I could have swore I could have. Remember, I told you up and down. There's no
Yeah,
loops.
you told me there
Well,
was no loops,
there's a hole
but there
for a
are loops.
There's a hole for cable lock right here,
Cable lock too. Yeah.
and then you can get the loops in here. So I do have. They did send the strap for that.
Okay. Cool.
So
Cool. So
that
you got that all
so they
figured
sent
out then.
they sent the strap. So we are good, and that's the one that's going to be going down camp for
Okay.
that. And this is the
Yeah.
kind of stuff that I'm going to be giving away. Stuff like these cameras, I'm going to be giving away in the thank you giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel,
Okay.
guys, because I'm going to be giving away some pretty nice stuff here. I'm going to
Yeah.
say it's a couple thousand. Well, it's about $1,000 or $1,300 worth of stuff right now. So
Nice.
it's going to be worth your while to at least sub and act like you like my channel. You know what I mean?
I don't even care if they sub. Just come over and watch the videos.
Yeah,
Give
just
me some
watch the video.
airtime. You know,
Yeah.
give me some of your attention for a little
We
bit.
need Chris to get monetized here as soon as possible.
I'm not, I just had a guy comment right before we went live,
Hmm.
and it was some scam dude, and he got on one of my videos, and he says, "Oh, I've been studying your content, and it's really good stuff, but I know at this point you're getting frustrated." And I
Oh
wrote
yeah,
back
they
and said,
sent it
"Dude,"
out to John. They sent it out to a couple people.
"Dude, I do this for fun. I don't sweat any of that stuff you just mentioned above."
Yeah,
And he immediately got on and took the comment off.
nice,
Oh, what
nice.
what am I sweating for?
Yeah, he
Like
can
I
help you. You're failing, but we don't
yeah
want you to
yeah
fail. Yeah.
he wants to he sees where he could help me if
Oh
he
yeah,
if
yeah.
I if I ask him to help me, and I'm like, dude, I don't sweat that stuff, man. I'm doing this for fun.
Well,
Like what's that $50 a month gonna get me?
I
I
like
got a
the
job.
I like the people that email me every day and said, "Hey, I look at your channel," and they send me a picture of a video that they watched, and they say,
Right,
"Your SEO is bad on your channel. We need to fix your SEO." I'm like, "I want to fix my own SEO. That's why I do this. If I hand that over to you, it's not my channel anymore. It's you
right,
doing it for me, and I don't want that." So,
right.
what's his name? Putz. Haha. That was Chris saying, "What's his name? Putz." But yeah, I get all this stuff about SEO, and I'm
No, it
like,
was it was called. His name was Merciful.
hmm, yeah, he sends it out to everybody. John got one
Merciful.
too. I got one, and I
Yeah,
just laugh it off. But my one
yeah,
thing the other day was a good one. Um, and you know me, I mean, I could really get into it with people if I wanted to, but I don't. My wife told me not to, so I don't. Uh,
don't want any haters.
yeah, so so the guy goes, it was my Ohio hunt, my first day of Ohio, where I saw like a doe and one small buck. Okay. And everybody knows my videos. I put it out there. If I don't see deer, I'm putting it out there so it ain't all This is what it's. This is what I do when I go out there every day. This is what I do. This is how we do it. If I don't see a deer or shoot a deer, it's still coming to you the way it happened to me. And the guy goes, "This is a selfie video. It's all by you with your face in the camera talking." And I'm like, I just
It
start
is.
laughing. He goes, "That's not hunting. That's something." And I'm like, "Okay, sir. What is your?" I put laugh out loud. What is your idea of hunting? First of all, and every show you have opening interviews and you have people cutting in and explaining the hunt to you by talking to you. What do you want me to do? Just video the woods? And he never said nothing else back. But I said thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. And that was it. But it like stuff like that, that don't bother me. It's
That's
funny. It's more funny because then what I do, and I don't know if you do this or not, or if people in the chat do this, but you'll get the comment of like a crazy comment like, "Oh, your bow stinks," or you don't know how to hunt, or "Oh, you don't know what you're doing," this and that. And then I go to their channel because I always view their channel, and there's no subscribers, and all they are
good.
doing is coming on YouTube to make comments to people, but they have nothing of
Yeah.
their own stuff out.
Yeah,
So,
I went and creeped this guy tonight. He had no subscribers.
mhm.
He
So
he didn't even have a video. So what's he, how's he going to help me? You know.
well, the thing is like people comment, okay, and it's like this on Facebook with the crossbow hunters and the bow hunters and all that bull BS about, oh, the crossbow hunters are too technical, it's cheating and all this. Well, I just uploaded there's a remote control bow site now for bow hunters, so don't give me the BS about crossbow hunters wound deer. There's recurve hunters out there that wound deer. There's compound hunters that wound deer. There's rifle hunters that wound deer, and there's crossbow hunters that wound deer. If you hunt enough, it's going to happen to you eventually. That's just the way it is. Every hunter out there has wounded a deer. We don't like it, but it happens. It doesn't matter if you're using a crossbow or a 300 Win Mag. You're going to still injure a deer at some point in your hunting career if you're out there hunting. Okay, especially as
Yeah.
much as I hunt. It happens. You don't like when it happens, but that's how you learn, and that's how you wait for your shot and all that stuff. And these people that get on don't have any content. So it's like almost like, why are you trying to tell me what I'm doing when I'm putting my life out there for people to see? I have no shame in the game. I'm putting it out there. I'm doing it the way I do it. If you don't like it, that's fine. But you ain't putting none of your stuff out there. So get some balls and put your stuff out there and let me
Yeah.
comment on that. So that
I mean,
doesn't even bother me when those people, when I go to their channel, Chris, and I see that they have no subscribers and they're just basically on there to put bad comments out there and degrade people and try to write stupid stuff. I just laugh that kind of stuff off. Like, well, if you show me some of your content before you even try to even do
right.
anything, say anything about mine.
Well, I
So
mean, and for me, it's all self-filmed, so it's not a major production. I get a couple video or a couple cameras going from different angles, and I may not use all the angles. I might just use one angle,
yeah,
in the video or something.
yep.
Yeah, and I don't have someone filming me and someone editing for me. I do all that myself. I do it
I
for
do.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
try to make my videos, and I try to relate my. I try to do like my. I guess my skeleton of my videos, or something like you're seeing on TV. Like you're seeing people going out there. You're getting. I love videoing deer. I just like getting shots of deer coming in. Even if I'm not shooting them, I love to video them. I like to see what they're doing. So you get a lot of my videos where I'm not shooting the deer. I'm videoing what they're doing and showing you exactly what I'm seeing. And I try to relate that. I try to mimic what's on TV a little bit through my videos in the style that I have. I try to do my openings, explain what I'm doing. I like doing the weather report like at the beginning of the videos to let people know, uh, to let people know what I'm sitting in and what I'm doing and where I'm at and what the temperature is and the wind is blowing and where it's coming from and if there's rain, if there's snow, if the barometric pressure. I give all that information out there to the people so they can be in the tree with me basically. And then, okay, I seen one doe today. But that's hunting. That's the way it happened to me. And that's the video. I'm not afraid to put a video out there that really doesn't have that much action. A lot of the
Mhm.
people out there will only put a video out if they shoot a deer or if they see a bunch of deer, but that don't happen all the time. So for me, it's just the way it is, real hunting, and for what it does.
Your mom said that's why she's not on Facebook. She would be arrested.
Mhm. Yep, and she
Miss
would.
Bernie, all
But I
5 feet of you.
And if my mom and dad would tell you anything, like you don't, like I can go with the best of them. You know what I mean? I could say, I can word stuff and I can get with you too, but I don't do that on my social media, and you
I
shouldn't
just
do that. I don't bash anybody
I
on
don't
my
even
social
know.
media. I don't comment on all that goofy stuff. I wrote a paragraph on the crossbow thing, and I had it all written out, man, and I was ready to hit send. But once you hit that send, you're never taking that back. Remember that, everybody out there. Once you hit send, you're never taking it back. So I wrote it all out, and then I sat there and I looked at it and I read it again. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even commenting on it. I'm not even going to waste my time. And I erased the whole
Yep,
comment and just
yep,
let it go. It was like for Pennsylvania bow hunting. It was in
yep.
there. And people were saying, oh, the crossbow hunters are ruining the archery season. I'm like, it is archery season with the crossbow. I said, what's ruining it is when they put a muzzle loader, when they put a gun season in with the archery. I think it should be, or when they put doe season before, during archery season, doe season only. You're getting people in there that are making these deer wise, and it's harder to hunt the bucks when you
Yeah,
get the people.
I don't like all the overlapping
I don't
seasons.
like that, and our problem. I think in PA, that would be our number one problem in PA would be the overlapping of the seasons.
Well, second would be timing. Like the turkey season's horrible. It should
It needs
be.
to be a month earlier.
I was going to say it needs to be 3 weeks to a month earlier.
It needs to be April.
You
It needs to
know,
be at least, like, I would say, the second week of April. They need to start that.
and the bear season needs to be moved in reverse another 2 weeks earlier because it seems like that week before Thanksgiving we always get a cold snap and the bear kills down.
Yeah,
And they're always whining about the bear kill. Why don't they back the season up a little bit? But don't put it back in. I don't like it in archery season the way they have it.
yeah.
Of course, I mean, I understand people get chances at bears with archery equipment. I
Why,
am one of those guys. The
why don't
first
they
bear,
do it? Why don't they do a spring and fall season for bear hair?
I don't know why they don't do that here, to be
I think
honest.
that would help if they did that. Just even make a bear season in the spring a week, and just let people go out in the spring and whack a spring bear, and
I
that
don't
would
know.
help. And then you have a fall bear. But they were going to
I'm
do,
guessing. I'm guessing because there would be too many orphan cubs.
yeah,
Because a
okay,
lot that
that
time of
makes
year
sense.
you got a lot of sows with their cubs
Yeah,
running around the turkey woods. I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting turkey hunting. I see something out of the corner of my eye, black, and I turn over thinking it's a turkey, and here comes bears.
yeah,
You know, I've
yeah.
done that many a times, and yeah, I think people would be orphaning cubs, and
Okay. Well,
I think
that's a good reason. I'm not a
I
real. I
think
went bear
that's
hunting
why.
one time, and I ended up shooting a coyote. I was up in Knox and Kane area. Seen a couple bear run across the power line, but I don't bear hunt. I don't eat the meat. Would it be cool to shoot a bear for me? Yeah. I'm just worried about shooting a cub, like, because they say you want to compare it to like a 55-gallon drum or something like that. And a bear to me in the woods, when it comes through, it's glowing, man. If it's black, it looks big to me, and I just
Yeah,
don't want to be that guy to
they're
shoot a
hard to
45
judge.
pound. I don't want to be the guy to shoot a 40-pound cub. You know what I mean?
They're hard to
People,
judge. I
hmm
mean, the two I got with archery equipment were bigger bears, but the one I shot with the rifle, I thought it was a bigger bear,
hmm
but it only
It's
took
hard to judge.
it only took the scale at like 168 or something
Yeah,
like that.
but that's
And
still a bigger bear than
I,
some of these bears in PA are coming in at 40 pounds.
I thought it was like a 250 pounder, when I
Yeah,
shot it,
yeah,
and it's running, and I hit it 3 times, boom, 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 and it goes down right beside me. And when it was laying there, from the tree, visually, just looking down on it, I thought, "Ooh, that's not too big."
hmm
And I got down and I was looking at it, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, this thing's a cub." But
yeah,
then I was glad. I was glad when we got it out of the woods and got it to the bear check station that it was at least 168, because
yeah,
a normal size uh, normal size average bear in PA is only 200 pounds.
yeah. I would have thought it was like about a 150, but yeah, 200 pounds.
Well, the check station this year, the
Yeah.
average was very, very low.
hmm
They only had one bear come in at the local station here. I think they only had one come in. It was almost 300 pounds, if I
Yeah, I'm not
remember
crazy
correctly.
about bear meat either, Munchie. So yeah, so
Well, it
I don't
depends.
really. I guess it depends how you make them.
Well, it depends on getting it out of the woods and getting it taken care of right away.
Hmm.
How it's handled before you butcher it or while you're butchering it, and yeah, how you cook it after you're all done.
I'm sure
You
just
know?
like a deer, sort of like a
Yeah.
deer. If you don't
Well,
take
that
care of you don't take care of your deer meat, you're not
that
you're not
168 I got, it was great eating. I mean,
yeah,
it tasted like deer actually. If I
yeah,
fed it to you the way I cooked it, and you wouldn't have been able to tell. I made sloppy joes out of it. I made meatloafs out of it,
yeah,
burger, all kinds of stuff out of it, and people did not know that it was bear.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I even took it to some game dinners
I do
as the
not duck hunt, Chris. I tried to duck hunt years and years and years ago. I had all the. I'm just answering this question, Chris. Sorry.
yeah no
I had all the decoys, all the stuff, and I had the books on all the ducks. And I was worried about me shooting the wrong ducks, and I had nobody really to duck hunt with, so I sold it all. I didn't go duck hunting.
I never duck hunted
Yeah,
either.
but I know something, man. I've been starting to go to the gym, Chris, and I am so sore.
Yeah,
My daughter and my wife signed up and they wanted me to sign up. So I signed up. And yesterday, my daughter had me there for 2.5 hours and I am sore.
I
Depends on
bet
what
you are.
bear's eating. I guess it depends on what bear are eating. Yeah, blueberries are the best bears to eat. Yeah, I would imagine, because you are what you eat. So if they're just like a deer, I could say, I
Well,
guess.
that that's another problem in PA is when the bears come out of hibernation here, it's either carrion or garbage. They got if they can find a deer to eat, a roadkill or something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's.
Do they eat a lot of that? Do the bear, when they get up in the spring, they're
I
hungry, so they're
mean,
eating anything?
they claim they do, but I have never seen a bear drag a deer off the road or something.
Good
I'm
night,
sure it's
Munch.
happened. I'm sure it's happened,
Yeah,
but
because when they get out in the spring, the blueberries and that aren't really. There's
no,
nothing to eat.
no, there's nothing for them to go to.
Do they eat
Usually,
acorns?
yeah, they'll eat the heck out of acorns. If there's any left.
Yeah,
You know, you'll see a bear sometimes in the spring out eating grass.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I had that
but
bear
yeah,
this season down in my scrape, my Jinxum scrape. He was down there sitting there messing with the vine, the licking vine.
yeah, yeah.
We have
They're
them pass through
inquisitive.
there. But
They're inquisitive about those vines and stuff hanging there.
yeah, now there is down in my camp. We'll get a bear every once. So that's the first time I got a bear picture down there. But there's
Yeah,
some big bear down around Jamonville and Quebec Run down there, like by Laurel Caverns. A lot of people Tub Run and all that. There's a lot of Jamonville. There's a
huh.
lot of big bear that have been taken down there. But I like I said, I only have so much time, and it's usually fishing and hunting. And deer's my number one, and turkey. Like turkey's coming up too as well. We're gonna talk a little bit about that here real quick. But let's get back into grew elderberries for years, but bears destroyed them. Yeah. Um, Getting back into the frost seeding, Chris.
Yeah,
Real quick. And you were talking about like the annuals, perennial, the clovers.
yeah.
I'm taking, and I don't know if you mentioned this because I was out getting my stuff to show you, but when you're frost seeding, you got to think of loss with your seed too as well. So you want to sort of overseed when you frost seed. That's what I do. Is I think it was 12 pounds per acre. I think is what it was, and I put 15 pounds per acre in because of the seed that won't germinate or the seed that dies off. And I have the white clover, crimson clover, and Lindino clover that I'm using. So
Uh-huh.
crimson gives it what, a 2 or 3 year comeback rate for crimson? 2 year.
Crimson's biannual.
So you're
It's
looking at 2 years
2 years.
for
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
then I do it every year. And I've done it for the last 2 years, and it's taken now. How you said it, like a caveman can do it basically. And we have a destination plot down there, and we're on a budget. So instead of going in there and tilling it, spraying it, doing all this stuff to it, like right now, March, April, I don't know how the weather's going to be, but like you explained,
Right.
it's easy to do. Like you said, it's very easy to do.
Right.
So I've been establishing our destination plot, and then this year we're going to add some apple trees in through that plot. We're going to try to connect to both sides of the field, and we're going to try to break the field up. So we're going to plant some trees in some areas there, and then next year we'll plant some more trees in there. We're going to try to connect the two wood lines through that field to get like a funnel right there with food
Okay.
and break that field up so the deer aren't seeing the whole field when they come out to one side or the other. And then eventually
Hmm.
we'll do some micro plots in there. Like we'll keep it all clover. I want to get the clover established and then start putting your trees in there. And I did want to mention to everybody, when you have a clover plot or any kind of food plot, if you put a tree in there, a mass tree, you're taking away some of that plot because the tree's going to grow. It's going to shade out some stuff. It's going to fall with leaves. Like you go and you blow your leaves off with a blower so it doesn't mess your food plots up.
Yep. That's
Some
what I
people
do.
that can't do that, you're going to get about a 20-foot circle around the tree that's really not going to be anything growing there or some weeds and stuff in there. You keep it, whacked down, and the deer
Yeah.
will tear that up with scrapes and stuff too. So
Yeah.
your food plot's gonna get your tonnage, I should say, will decrease when you put your mass trees in, but you're increasing your tonnage with the mass. So you're losing your food plot, but you're putting some food in there, which different times of the year, like that's what we're doing. Like the food plot is an all year thing, and then you have the mass trees that drop like apples or pears at certain times of the year. So you
Hmm.
can help take some of the pressure off of your food plot by adding the mass trees to it as well. So there's just different ways you got to do it. And I'll be doing videos, you'll be doing videos of food plots here real soon. I'm really excited about the food plots this year because we're going with an all liquid diet. We're going to go with the liquid lime and we're going to go with the liquid fertilizer. And we're going to try that this year. A new company called Agritech that I'm working with. We're going to do that. So we're going to see how it works this year. And then you get more bang for your buck with the liquid fertilizers and stuff like that, I believe. But I'm anxious to see how this lime's going to work out and see if we can. We're going to take our soil test. We'll add the lime, and then I'm probably going to take another soil test after the lime's added a few weeks after. I'll just
Yeah.
go up while it's growing and just take it, and I'll send it in myself to see, just to see how many points it raised it, see if it's all what it's cracked out to be. And
I,
yeah, you
I,
whack somebody.
yeah, I whack somebody.
All right.
There's I think you're going to be disappointed in how much. I think it'll help, but it's not going to be as big a jump as I
Yeah, I
could
know
be
you were
wrong.
saying that for sure. You
I
were saying
could
that.
be wrong, but the stuff
Yeah.
we've used in the past, it just was not a big enough jump,
Yeah.
to warrant
Hmm.
the money for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once stuff is established
Hmm.
and you start adding liquid foiler to it,
Hmm.
then it's totally usable, and I mean, you'll
Yeah.
see a jump
Once
that
they
way.
start, when they start growing, you start adding that
Yeah,
fertilizer to it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
It's just that
just some,
us, like, we have that budget. And, when we were using lime every year, we were doing a pallet of lime, which is 49 bags or 40 bags we were buying. And it's 400 bucks for lime that way, as opposed to 170. And we get 2 years out of it. And if it does what they claim it does. So we're going to try it and
yeah.
see. And if
Well, it'll
not,
be interesting.
then
Yeah,
we're going to try it this year, see how it grows. He says you're going to love it. If we put it on there and we don't like it, we still have some for next year, but we'll be adding pelletized lime and that next year
yeah.
just to get rid
Just
of
go with
that. I don't
it.
want it to go to waste, but we can always go back to it. But with our budget, the liquid is the way to go. I think we'll get more bang for our buck. Hopefully it does work. That's all. So we're going to
Yeah,
try it this year. We'll see. I know the foiler sprays will work because it goes right into the plant, but
Right.
I'm kind of curious to see what this does because it's got the micros and macros or whatever for the soil that has in it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I
So
would, like you said, take your samples first, add
hmm
it, and then check it again another
yeah, we'll
month
see.
later. So
Yeah, for sure.
to see if it does any bump for you. If it don't, I would ditch it.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
go back. Just go back to what you was doing before. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, and we're gonna try it and see. And if it does work, yay, we save some money. If not, we got to go back to spending some money.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Winning is done. Yep. Good night,
Yeah, you're right.
Munchie.
Yeah, we put a lot of work in. We're gonna be planting in March, the end of March, the 27th, I believe, that weekend. I'm going
See,
up. It's a 3-hour drive to get the trees. So me and my dad are probably gonna go up there and get the trees in the morning and then drive straight to camp. And the guys are gonna have the holes pre-dug already for where we want the trees. We talked about that at our last meeting. I'm going to put a couple pear trees up in my dad's plot. We're not going to move his blind like I wanted to. We're going to just put some trees a little closer to my dad's blind because I do like. I was thinking about it and I like that. I don't want to move it this year and plant trees. I think that's too much of messing every like rearranging things. I want to keep the deer as I want to keep it as natural as possible. So we're going to just plant a couple more trees, protect them, keep the blind where it is, but we're going to move a couple trees closer to the blind so we have a 20, 25, 30 yard shot to a tree or two because we do have that pear tree that's 50 and they're always at that pear tree. So I want to sort of bring them a little closer.
right.
You seen last year all of them deer. They did work their way over to us because they liked eating that
Yeah.
food plot in front of us. But I do want to get some trees there. I think we're going to put a water hole there. We're going to cut out some old nasty apples that aren't growing there. We're going to take them out, add new apple trees there. So there's a lot of renovations we want to do. Um, and there's going to be a lot of work. We're going to try to get, I guess we talked about somebody coming down and looking at our trees and maybe giving us money to take a few trees. I don't
Wow.
see a arborist or I don't see a tree company coming in and taking out 10 trees only to give us money for. I don't think it's going to be worth it. I think
Right.
these people want acres of they want acres of trees. They don't want one, two, or three or 10 trees out of an area.
Yeah.
They want to come in and have something worth it. So there's a guy in our club who wants to do it. So we're going to give him the reins and let him go down and meet with them to see if we can't get any money. But then we got to weigh the option of okay, you're going up there to give us 3 grand for 10 trees, but how much damage are you going to do to our land going in to get the trees? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that
Right.
all weighs out on
Yeah.
that. And if we do say we do get something going and it's worth it for us to get these trees taken out, I'm coming in right behind them with some winter wheat or some rye wherever they track in with these little trails and stuff that they put in our land through the woods
Right.
or anything. I'm going to hit it with some food, definitely. And that canopy will be taken out a little bit. Then we'll go in and we'll start dropping some trees. And I know you're not a big fan of hinge cutting, but we're going to probably
Mm.
hinge cut a few areas and get that undergrowth growing for some bedding and some browse. And then anywhere that they track through, we're just going to throw rye or wheat or something in there. Probably rye. You know, I like rye. So we'll
Cool.
probably put the cereal rye, not ryegrass, guys. Remember that. Ryegrass is a no no. I believe it's a no no. There's some companies out there that do have ryegrass because it gets green, but really, guys, it's grass like your yard. There's really not that much nutrition value in it. Am I correct, Chris?
Yeah, that is correct. You might be surprised though. You might get somebody in there for them trees. I know when we had our old camp, we only had 3 acres there,
Yeah.
and my dad had somebody come in and
But he had a mature stand. We don't have that much mature trees
yeah,
down.
they was pretty mature, and just on 3 acres, they gave him like 10 grand for
Yeah.
the trees that they
And it
took,
would be worth it for that for
but
us.
they left a heck of a mess behind. Not with the tire rotting up thing like you were
Just
saying,
trees laying and tops of
just
trees and
stuff
all that.
like this. They just dropped stuff like that, and I would literally crawl into a treetop with a saw and cut my way out. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
that's how I ended up with my farm tractor,
Uh,
as the story goes,
yeah.
because I could not pull that garbage around with my pickup truck. It would just spin out.
Yeah,
So
so you got a
I actually
tractor.
I actually went and purchased that big farm tractor for
Yeah,
that purpose,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, and like
and
that, some of that can help in a way, but it hurts a lot most of the time because deer can't get through that stuff. You
yeah,
know,
you gotta knock it down.
yeah, and like everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you have a place for rabbits and this and that." But when you do that too, you are creating a basically a death trap for some of these deer because the deer get in there and these coyotes and stuff can get in there, predators and get in there and ambush these deer, and these deer
Yeah,
can't get out of the areas, you know. So you're actually harming your herd more than you're helping by putting in impenetrable brush piles up where
yeah,
you're actually
barely,
helping the predators ambush your own deer herd, which works against you. So you do want to make sure if you are dropping trees, clearing areas that deer can get through them. They can get in. Don't ever make a V like this with trees and brush so the deer goes in one way. They can only have one way out. You don't want to do that. You want to have full pass throughs of everywhere. And you can guide deer as well with trees, right, Chris? You can drop trees
for
to
sure,
sort of steer deer certain parts of your property
for
if
sure.
you have it pre-planned and know what trees you want to drop and where you want to drop them. You can actually change the pattern of the movement of the deer. If you know, like I have
Yep,
my dad's food plot on top of the hill, and below it we have woods, and then we have below it is our destination plot. Well, if I want them deer to go from my dad's spot down to there, you can drop trees in there to sort of guide them down the hill to where
yeah.
you want them to be at, and place stands in those areas that you're guiding these deer to in entries of the food plots. So
See,
there's a lot of
that's one case that I would like to, advocate for hinge cutting was we made lots of travel corridors that way. We would drop the trees away from each other
and then
and
walk through them.
make a path that they would
Hmm.
walk through, because when you drop enough trees this way in a row,
Hmm.
those deer take the path of least resistance, and you've opened up this path
Hmm.
by dropping the trees that way, and it's too hard for them to penetrate
They
around
go
that.
straight through the
So they
middle.
just go straight through, and you've made a travel corridor now,
Hmm.
and just cut that corridor right to your stand or right to your plot or
Hmm.
wherever you want to set up, and you've got a good way to ambush something.
Yeah, and like when you're doing that too is when you, I I I almost like to do your travel corridors and then put your stand up. Like don't make your travel corridor to your stand, make it good for you and the deer. Like the deer want to walk down there. So now they're going to walk down this way. I want to set up for a west wind. I want to set up for an east wind or a northwest wind or a what, you know.
Yeah,
So you pick when you make your travel corridor. This is all like you were saying, you're pre-planning like you do everything for a purpose. There's
right.
always something else going on. Like when you're doing your food plots, you're preparing your food plots this year for next year. So
Mhm.
also when you're taking trees down and that, you got to pre-plan like, okay, I don't want to do this and then have to, you want to say, okay, I would like a stand over here and then make your stand to there. Like you want to do it naturally which way the deer want to go, but you want to guide them the way that they like to go and then put your stand up according to which way they're going. So don't drop past and then put say I'm going to put a stand right there. So I need to make the deer go that way. Drop them in a natural way that the deer are going to use it, but then base your stands off of that. Don't put your stands in first. That's the way I feel. Don't put your stands in first and guide the deer to your stands. Drop what you need to drop so it's good for everybody and it's good for the deer that the deer want to do it. Then place your stands where the deer are going to frequent more. That's the way I would do it. And I've seen a lot of people that do it the opposite way, and it may work for you. It may work that way, but I just think is you want to drop them in the most natural way that the deer like, or the deer has a reason to be there, and then put your stand up according to the wind. Obviously,
Yep.
that's what
Well,
I
good.
I like to do. So
Well,
yeah,
we're
for
nearing
sure.
an hour and a half. I think I'm going to jump off.
All right, yeah, we're gonna end it. Like I said, guys, thank you all for coming in tonight. This was just a spur of the moment thing. I wanted to get Chris up here and just bull crap a little bit on a Friday. I went and got some fish at church, and I come back and asked Chris to join me tonight, and he was nice enough to do so. So I wanted to thank you, Chris, for jumping in tonight.
No problem.
Appreciate that. We had a lot of good information. I think the people like that. We're going to be having a lot of this stuff. Chris, you're going to have to come down my way, and I'm going to have to get up your way this year for
Yeah,
some food plotting and some, do some walking around and doing some bull crapping in the woods. Maybe do a live in the woods or something, and just checking your properties out, what you're doing. Maybe come down here, check. I'd like to get opinions from you too, coming down here and checking it out as well.
nope, no
Um,
problem.
Doing a lot of these. We're going to be doing product reviews coming up here again. We do some live ones. I have Chris on asking all the hard questions and I answer them. But yeah, we're gonna try to bring you the best information that we can
Be
give.
munching. Yeah,
And
for
by
sure.
and by no means do I mean I'm a professional at any of this. I'm learning just like you guys. I learn from you guys in these lives. Hopefully, you can take something away from Chris and I when we're talking about this. But I'm giving you information that works for me. It may not work for you. It may not work for Chris. I may do things a different way. He likes wheat. I like rye. I mean, there's different ways to do things, but we all want to go for that end result of bagging a deer. So, whatever works for you, my way is not the only way. It's probably not the best way, but it works for me and it's been working. And I bring you that and show you what it does for me. And
For
Chris
sure.
does the same way. So I
Yep,
wanted to thank you all for coming tonight. Please make sure you hit that like button. Chris, I enjoyed it. I always like having you on, buddy. So thank you for joining me
yep,
tonight.
no problem.
And like I always say, guys, take a kid fishing or hunting. We're going to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations. And we will see ya. Boom.
See you guys.